Hey Miss Burns, it's Samantha for Jenny's Reasons. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I totally understand what's going on with Jenny, because I think that that's a big problem in our society already. And I know that the assignment asks for things contributing to her depression and triggering examples and events, and all that aside for a minute, I kind of just, not to make this video any longer than it needs to be, but I kind of just want to address the fact that depression isn't as standard as everybody makes it. The fact that her parents fight and that she isn't very social or only has the one friend, that her boyfriend broke up with her. I don't think that that should be what we learn to classify people as suicidal. I think that things vary, and a problem with everything is that we generalize it. So people don't feel as valid in their feelings when they are able to recognize that they're depressed. They don't feel like they can express it when they don't have some big issue going on, when their parents' marriage is fine, when, they're in a loving relationship or haven't been in a relationship, or things like that. Jenny's a teenage girl. She's living at home with her parents who actively fight. It's not just argue, they're verbally abusive towards each other, and I think it's sort of neglectful that they do that where Jenny can hear them, where Jenny can see them. Her mom fails to say, "I love you," or to acknowledge the fact that Jenny can hear they're fighting when that's all the girl wants. My friend, I think her name was Tanya, and Tanya's brother committed suicide. We learned that at the end, but I think that's really important because it's an idea, and then once it's a reality for yourself. So when in this assignment on question 3, it asks for 3 triggering events. And I know that the answer is supposed to be her parents' argument that morning, maybe her music box breaking, which I can see how that would be a last straw. She uses that as a symbol for herself, and her saying that that's broken beyond repair, that there's no hope for it anymore. That's obviously, she's thinking of herself. But then again, she was assigning possessions to people before that ever happened. So triggering events, I don't know so much about, but I think that one of them would be Tanya's brother dying and all of the pain that caused them, his suicide. When her parents fight, I don't think that's necessarily a triggering event. I think that's an ongoing problem. Her boyfriend breaking up with her. Oops. Tripod. Technical difficulties. Her boyfriend breaking up with her, I don't know if that's a triggering event because she was assigning possessions away before all of this happened. So, for sake of the question, yeah, her music box breaking, her parents arguing, her boyfriend breaking up with her, but I'm not so sure. What did you specifically see Jenny do that would make you concerned? Were you to notice the behavior in a friend or sibling of your own? Sending away possessions, obviously. I think that's another sort of general cliche of being suicidal, but the fact that she took the pills in her backpack, if I saw somebody do that, I'd freak the heck out. But I think that Tanya saw her become progressively more introverted and just a different person than who she was. Like when her boyfriend says that he wasn't with the person that he fell in love with. I think those changes in behaviors are really the key things here. And her friend said that she didn't look good that day or something like that. And I think that we're supposed to infer that she has given up on her appearance a bit. I think it's the subtle things like that. And that something about not seeing the point in some drama between two girls, and the whole not having an interest in things you used to have an interest in. So I think that that's another example. One sec. Oh, setting, it's just in the town. Home and personal life, like I said, her parents fight. That sucks. That seriously sucks. I'm not discrediting that. That's terrible. And I've never lived with anything like that. My parents may be separated, but they're not conflicting. That's not a thing that I am an authority on whatsoever. But I'm saying that, somebody's parents don't have to be fighting or in a divorce or these things to be happening for somebody to be depressed or suicidal. But that really does suck. So she's in an abusive home environment, and even my camera got sick of me talking for so long. I'm sorry for the rambling. If Jenny was a friend of mine, I would immediately give her a suicide hotline. Just if she didn't feel like she could contact me or anybody else. I think that they make such a difference. I know people, my really, really good friend from middle school, I strongly believe that's what saved her life last year. And so I'd give her a number. And of course full access to me and my house and my family and anything that I could possibly do. But after a number, another suggestion, I would try to get her to talk to somebody. I know that's hard. I know that that's optimistic, but I would try to get her to talk hopefully to her parents, maybe to a counselor at school, although I think that once she's at this point, that's not going to be nearly enough. Ultimately, ideally it would be a counselor outside of school, and I understand that would take going through her parents, and I would suggest more open communication with all of them. I would try to get our friend group without sharing too much. I would just say, hey, Jen's having a hard time right now, let's pull together, let's support her. And with that as a tool, I think I could make a big difference. I'd give her links, this sounds random, but to a lot of YouTube videos that could make her feel less alone, because if this is in sort of uncurable self-isolation from the people around her, then maybe people on, say, the internet can help until she finds a counselor, or modernly, I think that that's a really good thing to do. I believe that's 4. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Sorry for my rambling, even my camera got sick of it. I'll do better next video, I promise. Thanks, Mr. Burns, for everything. Yeah, have a nice day. There ain't no motive for this crime. Jenny was a friend of mine.